study looked at pairs of siblings between 3 and 9 years of age. The researchers went into the children's homes and recorded to see how often they had conflict. It turns out that the kids had an average of 5 conflicts in an hour and a half. That works out to about 1 conflict every 18 minutes. So if you feel like your kids are at each other all the time, it's because sometimes they really are. Now, we usually think about academic or professional performance as one category and social emotional learning as something completely separate. But really this is a false division because they're deeply connected. The ability to manage our feelings and build relationships is central to every part of learning and achievement. When my son was younger, he used to enjoy sneaking up on his younger sister, snatching her doll, and running off with it. Well, she would start screaming bloody murder, and then I would get involved, demanding that he give it back, while he ran around the room laughing and flaunting the doll. So obviously, my daughter's screams and my scolding didn't do a thing to discourage this behavior. So I decided to take a different tactic, and I coached my daughter on how to respond. So the next time he snuck up behind her and snatched her doll, she looked up at him and said, "Daniel, I didn't know you were interested in dollies. Would you like to play Kellys with me?" He laughed, tossed the doll down, and left. It worked so much better than anything I could have done directly. So later research actually looked at children. They did observational studies of children on playgrounds to find out, well, how do kids really connect with other groups? And it turns out there's a very specific sequence. Observe and then blend. So watch what the kids are doing and then slide into the action without interrupting it. The metaphor I use with kids is it's kind of like merging onto a highway. There are 2 ways that you can mess this up. The first way is you can hang back on the entrance ramp and let the cars go by and never get in. And the other way is you can just barge in without paying any attention to the traffic. And what's going to happen? There's going to be a big crash. The first time that I heard one of my older kids telling my youngest, "You're bad," I was horrified. How could they say such a terrible thing, dismissing her whole worth as a human being? But the interesting thing was, my youngest wasn't devastated by this comment. She stuck her little chin in the air and she said, "I'm not bad." You know, in all the years that I have been doing psychotherapy, I have never had someone confide in me, "I feel so bad about myself because my brother called me a doo-doo face." Or my sister said I was a brat. Calling somebody a doo-doo face or a brat is obnoxious behavior, and if your kids do it in front of you, you probably do want to say something like, "The rule is no name calling." But don't feel like you have to rush to the rescue. Kids really can consider the source, and insults from a sibling are annoying, but they're not usually damaging. When our babies go out into the big wide world, not everybody is going to be nice to them. And wouldn't it be great to know that based on all those sibling squabbles that we had to endure while they were growing up, they know how to stick their chins in the air and say, in a situationally and developmentally appropriate way, "I'm not bad."